Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through 0 by 1 knapsack using FIFO method. So FIFO branch and bound. So if you recall the previous lecture, we did the same problem using least cost branch and bound. So basically if you compare both the FIFO and least cost branch and bound, least cost branch and bound will be the best among these two guys. You'll be understanding why I am saying that will be the best, because it might be checking, it might be a bit greedy about the minimal thing, but it will be giving you the optimal solution better than the FIFO branch and bound. Because in FIFO branch and bound you'll be doing some unwanted computations which will not lead you to the proper solution, but you'll be solving them for no reason. Okay, so that is the reason why FIFO branch and bound is not so popular when compared to least cost branch and bound. Okay, so the concept of knapsack. Okay, again, should I teach about knapsack, guys? So basically we will be having a bag in which you can store a maximum size of some kgs of weight you can store, and we are having multiple items with their corresponding weights and price. Okay, so you will be storing these things into our bag so that we will be getting the maximum profit with our required weight. So in our budget of weight, you'll be getting all the required items which will lead to a maximum profit. Okay, so here we know in branch and bound we solve the minimization problems. Yeah, this is also one of the important point. In branch and bound you always solve the minimization problems. Hence, to make it into minimization, we will be converting the positive profits into negative profits. 5 will be converting it to minus 5. So here we calculate the lower bound, that is nothing but cost, and the upper bound for each node. So you will be calculating upper bound and cost. So if you remember the same formulas which we used in our previous lecture also in least cost branch and bound, we will be using here also. So u is equals to sigma I equal to 1 to n pi xi, c is equals to sigma I equal to n to pi xi. So the formulas are same, but in cost you will be adding the fractions also. Along with the fractions you will be doing here, whereas in upper bound you will not include the fractions. That's the only difference. Okay, so here this is one of the most important points. So even in our previous answer also, in the previous method also we will be storing, but I think in textbooks and most of the places it is not written that we will be storing or we will be comparing it with that. So, but here we will be maintaining a global maximum or global upper bound to kill the unwanted non-optimal solutions. So assume that a path is giving you, or a basic one is giving you more profit than your going paths. Then you need to avoid your going paths, right? Like if you are going through this path and already this path is giving 10 times more than this profit, then you can just avoid this path and you can continue this path only, right? So that is the trick that we'll be using here, guys. So instead of selecting the minimum, we'll be selecting minimum in this way. We'll be expanding them and you'll be comparing whether these both, which is the best. This is the best, so you'll be avoiding this in that way. Okay, okay guys, I'll not be solving the problem on the paper, because the same method which we have done in the previous lecture is what we will be doing again here. We'll be selecting the first 3 items or first 2 items based on the weight, and you'll be taking one in fraction and one without fraction. That's it. Okay, so here we are having 4 items: P1, P2, P3, P4, 10, 10, 12, 18, W1, W2, W3, W4, 2, 4, 6, 9. Okay, so initially the main objective is to convert them into negative weights: minus 10, minus 10, minus 12, minus 18. Okay, and you will be assuming the global maximum or global maxima as infinity, that is nothing but positive infinity, guys. So whatever you will be getting for the first time, you will be updating it there. Okay, let us continue. So P1, P2, P3, P4, these are all the profits that we are going to get. Okay, and the maximum weight it is given as m equal to 15. Okay, so you will be starting for the first item. So for the first item you will be thinking that, okay, sorry for that. So for the first item you will be assuming that you will be taking it mandatorily or not taking it. So if you are taking it mandatorily, so the maximum weight is 15, so you can accommodate these first 3 items, right? If you are not taking it mandatorily, you can accommodate only 3 items, again these 3 items. But in first case you can accommodate these 3 items completely, with 1 item extra if you are considering the fractional part, that is nothing but when you are doing for cost. Whereas in second, if you are not selecting it, you can select 3 items if you are selecting for cost, or 2 items if you are selecting for upper bound. Okay, so this is what I'm just talking about, guys. If you are calculating upper bound, you will not take fractions. So indirectly you need maximum weight of 15. So you can select the first 3 items for a cost of weight of 12. Okay. So for 12 weight you will be carrying the first 3 items, that is nothing minus 10, minus 10, minus 12. You will be ending up minus 32. Whereas for cost you can take these 3 and you will be left out with 3 kgs of space. So in this 9 kgs you will be storing this 9 kg. Sorry, among those 9 kgs you will be selecting 3 kgs and the profit is 18. So here you will be getting a profit of 9 units, you will be getting extra. So for this if you add 9 you will be getting 38, right? Okay, I think okay, sorry, it's my bad. It is, okay, I think I did here wrong. Okay, so it is nothing but 41. Okay, so the cost is 41 guys, please remember that. Okay, so on the other hand, if you do the same process, minus 22 and minus 32. So among these two, which is the maximum according to our previous algorithm, we will be selecting this one directly. But here there is no option for us, so we will be solving these two further. So please remember that branch and bound always does in breadth first search. It will not go into this. It will go level by level. It will solve this, again it will solve this, again these two, like that. Okay. So here we will be updating the value of the global with minus 32, the upper bound. Okay, so upper bound is stored there. Among these two, the upper bound is 32. So I have just pushed the 32 there. Okay. Okay, just give me a second guys. I think the value is 38 only. Just give me a second. So here it is 10 plus 10 plus 12. That is nothing but 32. Okay, 32 plus 9. 32 plus 9 is okay. That's correct. That's 41 only. Sorry for that. Okay, so the value should be 41 guys. So here the value is 32. Okay. So here we will be further continuing it. So basically from now on you will be considering the possible combinations guys. So here in one case you need to take x equal to 0 and in another case you should take x equal to 1 guys. So from here on the complexity of the previous problem and this problem varies a lot. So previously you used to select based on this only, but now here you are forced to do 4 operations here. So the first operation you are mandatorily taking x equal to 1 and x2 equal to 1 or x2 equal to 0. So you will be solving both the cases and here also both the cases. Okay guys, we have discussed this method in detail in our previous lecture for 2 to 3 steps guys. So that is the reason why I am just explaining you here how you can do it. So you will be doing it and you will be again checking the lower bound. So once you check the lower bound will be having 32, right? So now all these things will be lost because it is having 22. Here it is having 22. Here it is having 30. So all these things you can neglect. So basically if you consider here also you can neglect this directly from here. Here also again we can directly neglect from here, but we didn't do it. So we are doing it here. So we have neglected all these things. So now you will blindly expand this 4 now. Okay. So now you will be expanding the 4 with x3 equal to 1 and x2 equal to 1. So previously from previous steps we got x1 equal to 1 and x2 also equal to 1. So you will be considering them, you will be solving them. So you again got the values. So again based on that maximum, the global maximum, you will be avoiding this one and you will be selecting this one. Okay. So once you have selected this one, again you will be doing the problem from here for the last value for x4. So we took 1 and 0 and you solved it. So here you got 38 and here you got 20. So indirectly this is your final answer. Okay, so you will be selecting that only. So and you will be selecting the path 1101. So that will be your 1101 will be your path. And the profit is nothing but 10 plus 18, that is 38, and the weight is exactly 15. Okay, so I hope everyone got a clear idea on knapsack problem using FIFO method. Okay. So I have just skipped the explanation a lot in this lecture guys. So if possible, please watch the previous lecture and come to this lecture guys. Okay. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will be going through traveling salesman problem using least cost branch and bound. So let us meet in the next tutorial. Thank you. Thanks for watching.